The Bunker Project is brought to you by Insert Your Brand Here.
The best place to start a website online for free.
Not anymore.
This is
Not
Bunker
anymore.
Project episode number 130. We're
30.
officially actually in the dart scores now, man. That's bullseye, double 15.
Oh, man. A little bit of pub action there.
All right.
Wow. So
I would
what's,
like some pub action.
What type, what's the way to your darts? Do you use like 118s, 130s?
Oh, I use in the league I used to play in. It was a soft tip league, so it's plastic tip darts.
It's a gay league.
Is that like the T-ball? of
There is a
darts?
gay
Yeah,
league.
it is.
There is a gay league downtown.
Andrew, were those Nerf darts?
But I was out in Poco, and it was the Redneck League.
Do you think the gay league uses soft tip darts?
They use pink soft tip darts.
With
know what?
condoms on.
They really do.
I'm gonna infiltrate them and find out.
It's a
their
very
secret.
flat-
The
sport.
the owner of the league that had owned all the boards that I played in was the same owner that owned the gay league. So sometimes the gay league
So
would
it's a
play
conspiracy.
the
Was
Poco
he
league.
gay?
I don't think so.
Huh? So he was
But
just
you never
like
know.
profiting off of ours.
Oh, profiting off your backs.
No, he was just saying this was a
No, he
sounds
was
gross.
non-discriminatory. He doesn't care if you throw with
it was just a really
regular
fun
darts or
league.
pink darts. He didn't care.
Do we throw the darts underhanded? I really need to infiltrate the team and find out how we do what we do with the darts.
Actually, there were some really funny looking dart throwers.
If I start
throws.
playing darts, will you guys call me Dart Cell?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh.
we will. Anyways,
I thought we were calling
We
him
might call you
Marvel.
Darth Mole.
we're here in the bunker bar as
It's
usual.
Maul.
We've
Darth
got
Maul.
a bunch
God.
of bunker mavens, and we're getting ready to start the show.
Okay.
We're going to do a roundtable introduction.
Are we?
What kind of question should we ask this time?
Let's start something different. When was the first time you had sex? No?
What time
No.
is it?
It's a lot of people saying, what the
Too
fuck?
much information
I
that, I don't really care,
All right.
actually.
First time?
How about the first? Okay, what was the first social media platform that you had sex with, or got involved? Got involved with? I mean, had a relationship, utilized to build your business. That's the words I was looking for. Yeah. What was the first social media platform you
I
used to
banged
utilize your
ICQ
business?
pretty hard.
Or and consequently met somebody you had sex with, if you wanted to. But you can say, I use Facebook
use-
and I built up my business, but I've had quite a lot of sex too. Yeah,
I used to use Who's Here.
Who? What?
What's that?
Wait,
Was
what
that,
are we
was that
talking about?
Who's here? Was it?
Horse Here. That sounds like a good app. We should get that one going.
Here's a hoe.
See, this is the reason why on a podcast you should always have your questions predetermined.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Bob hijacks them.
What? I'm just trying to get into the social media stuff, man.
Have
That
you
was a
been
little-
using
that was a little bit-
Snapchat?
That was a little bit too social, Bob.
Snatch chat?
Yeah, we were
Snapchat?
we were talking about that before the show about how they're starting to use that in marketing now, which is kind of
Cool.
Did you like that,
So-
James?
Well,
You into that? Does it work for you?
it was supposed to be used for different reasons.
So we're gonna talk. We're gonna
Nudge,
talk a
nudge,
little
wink,
bit
wink, say no
about.
more.
What reason?
We're gonna talk a
What
little bit about
possible reasons could there be
Snapchat.
for such a thing?
For
besides
Snatch
sex?
Chat?
We'll get that
Nah.
information from.
Oh, right. Sorry. Sorry, that's another
Hey, Andrew,
website.
just smack Bob in the head or do something else that makes him feel
I'm
better.
All right.
just being bad. Look at Marcel says,
All right, how about we
I will
just
not
do
defend
a
the
very
bastard.
very simple roundtable
I've been playing
introduction.
along with you the whole time. I will defend
Okay.
you till the end of the earth.
Everybody just say
Marcel is last.
yeah. So I'll start, and we'll just say our
Oops.
Twitter name, what we're doing with social media, and that's it.
what about our Facebook names? Why do we always have to be Twitter?
Our Facebook names
Well-
are our real names.
Whatever
Oh,
whatever you
right,
want to
yeah.
whatever you want to
Well,
use,
that's not
whatever
important.
social platform that you want to give.
So is
out.
my Twitter.
So Andrew McGivern at Podcast Hero on Twitter, and I'm also using app.net with my name Andrew McGivern.
What's your Facebook thing?
Andrew McGivern,
Huh, amazing. What about YouTube channel?
Podcast Hero.
So now we get into the dirt.
And I also have another one, Gangaroots, which
Don't get started with the kangaroos.
I'm
Holy crap.
just a
You
weird
do that, so you
name I
grind
use.
it up,
Kangaroos.
and you
Yeah,
you
it's just
grind
a-
that shit
Isn't
up,
that-
and then you
isn't that a kind
mainline
of
it.
pajamas
Holy
that kids
crap!
So that one I'm going to change to my, merge with my G Plus account to make it my real name or whatever. So I'm going to do that one.
Kangaroos?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'll get rid of that.
Right,
one.
because you're getting a lot of flack from the police because the kangaroos, the
Yeah,
drug thing, and the little children. And
So you're making drugs, and I'm like, I like kangaroos. I'm
Yeah.
like looking at this from a different angle.
well,
so
it's like steroids for kangaroos. And humans are doing it. Horse steroids. What was that stuff? PCP? No, was it? They used to tranquilizers for horses, and humans got into it, and they became these huge hulky. You cannot kill me.
Steroids?
And it would take over.
Andrew, can you just
all
shut off
these,
this mic?
Kill the police.
It's getting to that point. All right, moving on.
What? 4 beers? Come on, give me a break. It's the black beer. By the way, that's our new
4
sponsor.
big black beers. They give us the extra big ones.
Extra. Yeah, we got a pint and a half.
So, Bonnie.
At B Sainsbury on Twitter, Bonnie Sainsbury on Facebook, Women Talking Tech on Facebook.
Oh, hey, looks like we got a visitor here.
Yeah, Robert's here.
Robert, you're vertical. Roberto.
That's because he's on his phone.
Who?
Yeah, he's on his
Right?
phone. Roberto's come on his phone.
Who's Roberto?
No,
He's
and
gone
he's
again.
gone. I invite like 50, 60 people to this hangout. So they said, what the hell's going on here?
Okay, Bonnie, keep
I think
going.
it's sweet that Matt and Roberto showed up. Bonnie, you can talk. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I don't have much else to say.
Oh.
Okay,
I know.
but which was the first
Oh,
social
the
media
first-
platform you started using?
Yeah,
Was
first
The
it-
social
first
media.
social media platform
Yeah.
that resulted in sex.
Well, okay. All right. If you want to go there, I wouldn't promote something like that, but go ahead.
I want to hear
It
this.
was that fish site.
Plenty of fish. That's not really a
Who
social
would have
media
thought?
platform.
It is a social media
Oh,
platform.
my
Is it?
God. Where did
Yeah.
that come
Plenty of
from?
fish.
Most of the fish
Okay.
are pollock, right?
Who else would admit
You
that?
need followers. You get
Yeah, but you don't really
push
have
notifications.
It's true,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
true.
You get
most-
favorited.
Platform.
Get favorited.
Most of the fish are pollock, right?
Oh.
Is there a rating system?
Yep. There is actually.
Yeah.
That's on hot or not.
Oh. All right. James?
I'm James, and I am no longer affiliated with this show.
Excellent. I deny any participation.
We can make it
And
easier for
my
James.
name is @BobGarlic on Twitter.
I think we need to make it
and
easier for James to say
I'm-
what social media platform have you never used to get sex?
Well, all of them.
No, Margaret's probably telling the truth.
Ouch.
First one I ever used to get lucky. Probably gonna have to go with MSN chat.
Looks like we're being hijacked. Who the hell is that? Bonnie's come on board. Uh-oh, we got an echo. Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Oh, we got double the
Bonnie made
Bonnie.
an echo.
I turned my power.
Yeah, well, it didn't work. Hey, so anyways, Margaret?
Oh.
Bonnie, you're going to have to kill that.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Echo.
That's kind of cool.
I turned my
Underpants.
power off.
It's
My-
kind of like a
Wait, I
sci-fi
wanted to
show there
continue
for a
what I
sec.
was
Was
talking
awesome.
Yeah, James isn't done yet.
Oh, James, you're still
Let's
here.
see, I used MSN, Quora. I've used ICQ.
Ooh, yeah, ICQ.
Facebook I've used a couple times.
Ooh.
You know, when you're drunk at 3
Did you
o'clock in the
stork?
morning.
Did you stork? Did you stalk? If you're stalking, that means you're having sex to have babies. Sorry, that's a different term. So, were you stalking or were you stalking?
I wasn't.
I was stalking.
I'm just
her.
kidding. I've actually never used any of those platforms to
Right,
Get
trying to make babies.
Oh, and his new
Get
nose
lucky.
grew about
Get lucky.
5 inches.
Or not get lucky. Here's a picture of my sink. Come and have sex with me, please.
All right.
Actually, that was very successful. Was doing dishes with James.
I know.
Wow.
I mean,
You wouldn't believe how many women from around the world came to watch me do dishes.
because
That's
it
because
never
a man
happened.
A rare
cleaning
find.
is very rare.
Hey, you
It's a
know,
rare find.
That was pretty awesome.
Thank God I don't have
Yeah.
to change me just to do this.
I think we're going to take a break right now from the
Wait a
roundtable
minute, there's no
introduction because
commercials in
we've got
podcast.
another call in that kind of fits into this.
All
one,
right,
so
let's go.
let's
Let's do that. Let's do that goddamn calling.
Who could it be?
The Norm Maven.
Yay, Norm.
Hey, Bonnie, I was listening to that episode, the most recent episode, and at the very end, I heard you call me a podcast slut, and I had to play it back a couple times. I thought, that's cool. Anyways, have a great evening. Bye.
Podcast
We love you, Norm, our
slut.
podcast slut.
He's the podcast slut maven.
Wow, that's
Somebody else did.
stuff.
She
shit
probably
goes-
said it with love in her heart.
You know, it's probably on the second show where all things.
Who's
crazy
eating the
go on.
microphone?
Oh, it's hang on here. I'm just gonna do.
Yeah, Roberto there.
Roberto.
Kill it.
We got some.
Hi.
weird- Hey, Roberto, how's it going on? We'll let you jump ahead. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, man, because you're using your phone here. It's weird.
I know. I don't have access to a computer right now, so I figured I'd try this on the phone. Sorry I wasn't successful earlier.
It's pretty good sound. I'm impressed.
I'm on an unlocked Google Nexus 4, which is the flagship Android phone. So I'm pretty excited to be trying it out in this fashion. I've never done a Hangout before on the phone.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got one of those. They're pretty neat. I love the camera.
Yeah, and they're going to be like the second best phone in about, 7 days when the
S4.
Google S4 is announced.
I know. I'm so pissed about that.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I'll get another one.
I always thought the flagship phone was the S3, though.
No, that's Samsung's flagship phone,
Oh.
not Google's flagship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nexus 4 is still Google. Yeah, because it's impossible to get to. It's still impossible to buy. Did you just get it? How long did it take you to buy the damn phone?
I ordered it back in November and I got it in January. So it took a good 6 or 8 weeks. I actually spent the entire Christmas season without a cell phone, which is kind of a blessing after the fact because I wasn't tethered to a phone that whole time. But yeah, it took a while. It was in back order for the longest time.
So, what is your favorite social media platform that you're using right now?
And that you've used to get sex.
Yeah, and did you meet your wife on it? This is the question. Is the more polite
Don't listen
version.
to him, Roberto. Don't listen.
My favorite social media platform, I really enjoy Google Plus, and I think I get the most out of it as far as meeting new people with similar interests. I haven't found Facebook or Twitter to be as effective at doing that as I have found Google Plus. So I don't have as many connections in Google Plus as I do in Facebook, but I feel like the connections I have are much richer and that I get to know a lot more people.
Are you using the communities?
Are you in any of the communities?
I am. I'm in a few of the podcasting communities. Actually, I think Bob and I are together in the podcasting technology.
Yeah, I'm in that one too. Ken's in there as well.
Others. I think that the podcasting technology one is probably the one I've been most active with. I just joined recently, so it's been a fairly new thing.
So I want to go back to the original question. Now, you're married, right?
I am, yes.
Yeah. So did you meet your wife through social media or through some other way?
Well, we met the old school way.
Oh.
In the back of a car?
Yeah, at a bar, I slipped her a Mickey.
I called her in the bathroom, and that was pretty much.
Oh.
You can tell she's not around, otherwise I'd be in deep trouble.
Oh, this is being recorded, by the way.
Oh, you gotta love G+.
All right.
We actually both came out to, we live in Portland, Oregon, but we are transplants here, and we just met here through a work related thing. We were both doing a volunteer program, and interestingly enough, it was part of my discernment process. I came out to Portland with the idea that I would have a year to decide if I was going to become a Jesuit priest or not.
Oh, you're the second time that
I met
person that told me
wife,
that.
and so that was pretty much it for the whole priesthood thing.
Wow. So now that you're married, do you use social media to communicate, or you just, when you get home, you have chats?
Well, Barb is kind of a social media Luddite. She doesn't really like it that much. If we connect through social media, it's through Facebook. But outside of that, she doesn't have anything with Google Plus. She doesn't do Twitter.
Does she text?
I stay connected with her primarily through text messaging, when we're not together, or a little bit over Facebook. But I'm the one who's more in tune with that kind of stuff. She tries to kind of stay unplugged from that.
I use texting when I'm shopping at Safeway so I don't get too much trouble.
You shop at Safeway still?
I'm buying all these things, and am I in trouble? And hopefully by the time I get to the checkout, my wife has come and said, "Don't buy the eggs, don't buy this, don't buy that." And I said, "Oh, sorry, these got rejected by text."
I thought you were boycotting Safeway still.
No, I'm just pissed off.
Ah, okay.
Remember that time we had a round table? Remember that time?
Oh yeah, we were having a round table. Sorry.
Hey, but before we move to Margaret, I just wanted to say
Phone marker.
you're the second Maven. If are we? Is he a Maven?
He's close enough. Yeah, I would think he's.
What's
I
his
would.
Maven name?
Oh,
A maven in training.
No, I would put him as a movie trailer maven.
The movie trailer Maven.
Yeah, because they have an amazing podcast. Actually, they have a very cool podcast. He'll give you the .com soon. Basically, what they do is they review trailers
that's right.
based on
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
trailers.
Now I remember
Should
you.
you watch the movie? And it's brilliant because there's so many times I watch the trailer and say, "Yeah, I don't need to watch the movie anymore." What's the .com for that?
You and your buddy were on that one time before.
And his wife.
Yeah, John and I, and my wife
That's
was
right.
the other host.
Yeah, I didn't recognize you because the camera's a little.
So what's the website for your podcast? The URL.
Just point your browser to trailerclash.com. Trailer like movie trailer and clash like clash of the Titan.
Yeah, it's a very cool show.
All right. So the movie trailer review Maven is the second Maven that was actually studying to be a priest on the
Yeah.
show. You know
don't
who the
get-
first one was? DJ Lefty.
Really?
Yeah.
I am confused. These
He was
like
gonna be
DJ
a priest.
Lefty and Roberto were going to be priests.
Jesuit priests, which are basically
DJ
the
lived
high
to
tech
be Mr.
priests.
Hot Buns from Alberta in the 80s.
Well, hot buns.
When I
yeah.
get married, can DJ Lefty marry me? Because that would be hot.
That's
All right. So
sad.
moving on to the insurance.
Yeah, but
Maven.
quickly and
Oh, yeah, I'm the
slowly.
insurance maven.
Oh, that sounds so bad.
Let's see. Yes, Margaret Reynolds on Facebook, amazingly enough. BC_insurance gal on Twitter. Facebook, whatever. Burnaby Insurance Gal for my YouTube channel,
Oh.
where you can find Women Talking Tech.
Oh, yes.
And the other show that I co-host, To Finance and Protect.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, we looked at getting the music, but it would have been like $10,000, so we don't
Wow,
use it.
per show.
Yeah.
Ah.
Although I may have to talk about Ken about lower third for that, maybe with the little stick figures with little cop hats on them, might be cool.
Just send me the particulars. I'll do it.
Anyway, so getting back to some of the original questions, I'm going to go old school and say Lava Life.
Ooh.
But as far as business goes, I have to
Oh,
say,
yes.
Twitter, I've got the most clients from. So that's been where I've got the most clients. A woman called me on Saturday. She's found me on Twitter and looked at my blog and called me up and said, "I want some insurance." I'm okay.
It makes sense. I mean, really, if you're in an industry that doesn't use social media and you use social media, you're way ahead of the pack, and you got a very high chance of basically connecting with people.
Yeah, well,
That's
also
to a
too,
detriment sometimes, though.
well, also too, because I don't sell. It's just information, and people like that, and they come to me, so that works.
Well, in your industry, it's all about relationship. You build the relationship, and
Well, they can get to know me through all my social media channels. Realize I sound the same on all of them, and I'm not too scary.
yeah,
Cool.
And Marcel,
Marcel Vision.
What's up, bros?
Yo,
So
bras. Did
I-
you say bras?
Yeah, it's like bro, except bra. You know,
Except-
it's how cool kids in college talk.
He's like, okay, let's talk about women's underwear. Hi. What's
No.
up, women's underwear?
No,
Doesn't
it's
sound
just,
so
you know,
cool.
putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. We're not talking about
A
women's underwear.
Syllabalisms.
Cool beans.
Hey,
so what's
Dudovich
your,
we got some Brit coming here, staggering around with a black beer. God damn it, hey, he's probably a footy. Fucking footy.
so what's your favorite Twitter
All right,
or
well,
favorite
real
social?
quick, I got to talk
network?
about what I'm up to because I'm up to a lot.
Okay, what are you up to?
Next couple of weeks, and by the time, by the time this airs, the first one will probably be up online. For 2, maybe 3 weeks, I'll be covering the recaps on Survivor Oz, which is a Survivor podcast / radio show.
Yay.
And so I'll be talking to some survivors there. That'll be fun. I'm not sure who, but I'm always liking the talking to survivors. So it'll be fun. And we'll be talking about the show, which will be interesting. Also, I'll be on Geeks versus Nerds next Tuesday. It's Daleks versus the Borg. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm with some funny people. Hopefully we'll bring the funnies.
Cool.
By the time this airs, it will have happened. If you're watching it on YouTube, check me out on Tuesday. It'll be sweet.
Yay.
Also, Bob and I have a
Matt's
unique
back.
opportunity. We'll be seeing the Game of Thrones premiere early.
Oh my
and-
god. Oh my
But
god.
by by the time
You hear
this
that, Matt?
airs,
They're going to the Game of Thrones.
We're gonna get laid
Yeah.
that night. That's
Now,
all I can say.
but-
There's gonna be women just throwing themselves. Please have sex with me. Tell me what's gonna happen.
and
Trust me, that's what's gonna happen. Really.
But by the time this airs,
That sucks
will
for
have happened.
Marcel.
We're probably going to rush straight to the second show. Maybe we'll make the first from Game of Thrones. That'll be fun, and then we'll talk about that. We probably won't be allowed to say anything, but
we'll say it
it'll-
anyways.
It'll be fun. As far as the first social media thing that I used to get laid, well, actually, back in the dark ages of 2006, I met my boyfriend on Gay.com, and we then
There's a
spent-
place called Gay.com.
Yeah, it's a graveyard
How
now.
come I've never heard of it?
I'm fairly
Because
confident.
you're not gay.
Stop,
Okay,
being,
that's okay,
stop
that's
being
true.
so gay.
And quit
Anyways,
signing up for Grinder, goddammit.
legit though, we spent the next 7 years, breaking up, getting back together, all that
Aw,
stuff.
that's
We're
so
we're in
sweet.
a decent place now. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say Gay.com got me very lucky indeed. And I think that's all I have.
But
And
Gay.com isn't happening anymore. You can't go there.
No, it's still around, but I think it's a graveyard.
It's like
I don't
MySpace,
really-
right?
I don't got no reason to go there.
So what replaced it? Like MySpace became Facebook. What's
Grinder. I think Grinder replaced
Grindr,
everything.
really?
Grinder or Blender if you're straight.
What's Blend? Oh,
Blender,
Yeah,
really?
it's good you guys have a straight Grinder. It's good.
It's very like all these cocktail
It's a lot of chat
references.
girls, though. It's not
Tee-hee.
real women.
I thought Blender was a
so-
magazine.
And as you
There
can
is a
see,
magazine called Blender.
I
Could be
brought
not true.
Byron again. I brought him the last couple of weeks. Brought him again this week, and as you can see, he got really tanned, shot up a foot, and he's been he did a movie, and just like Madonna when she did a movie, she developed an accent. So here he is.
You just can't get rid of it, can he?
I have no idea if he's willing to talk on the mic, but have at her, Byron.
Byron, come on, blow us away, yo, dude, what's up?
Sorry, guys. I'm very happy to be here, and this is my first time, and I enjoy it so far. And I'm really a person who I like to be in the social media, and it's so. I believe it's very strong, and can make things happen in short time of time, and I'm not like really into it that much, but I see it how it's affect our lives, and I involve in maybe in Facebook and most of the networking, but what you guys doing here now, I believe it's very good way to.
I think it's crazy. Come on, let's face it. You guys
It's
are
not
fucking crazy. Just
It's-
don't be polite. Just say,
It
Bob,
is true.
it's you crazy.
It's true. No, like it's very effective to everybody who listening to us, and it's. I hope everybody have to involve in it. So.
Okay,
Cool.
so my question is,
Yes.
where the hell's that accent from?
I have so much accent around, so I'm
England, somewhere in
Uh,
England?
no.
Somewhere in
Brighton.
London? Some
Down with
Brighton,
Brighton.
maybe Brighton
Uh,
accent?
Egyptian accent.
Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian. I was hiking in the goddamn mountains. It's like, walk like Egyptian.
Yeah.
I was not thinking about that accent at the
Yeah,
time. So
it's-
now you've totally fucked up that song for me, dude. Wow. So
you,
really,
guys.
you're from Egypt.
Yes, south
So
of
did you get
Egypt.
like... okay, so like if you're in the south of Egypt,
Yeah.
is that where the pyramids hang out or not?
It's Nubian, yes.
The Nubian, I've heard of that. Is that something to do with girls, Nubian?
No, this is the original
That was on the Howard
Egyptian.
Stern show.
So
Okay. So, as a guy that's into social media and being Egyptian with the Nubian angle, what was the platform that really made you connect? Was it the telephone? Was it the club? Or was it the social media?
the social media for me is like with the phones.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very obsessed with phones.
Really? So you got the social media. Now, is it like regular phones, like a mobile phone, or is it more of a Skype?
I'm all to Skype, to Magic Jack, and even right now I have there's I have a home line which is I use through the excuse me, through the internet, and it's called Text Plus, which I can call people, I can receive calls, and I can make really low, cheap calls everywhere in the world.
Really?
Yes. And
Okay, so you've got all these great cheap ways to communicate with people.
Yeah.
Who do you talk to? Do you talk to girls in Burnaby? Do you talk to girls in England? Where are you communicating? Where are you doing your communication?
Like I have network through there's a website. It's called it's a Middle Eastern website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called like I think in Western world we use it.
Papyrus.com.
No, it's
No?
called
Oh, sorry.
Paltalk.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I'm using Paltalk, and like now through the internet, and even I send Magic Jack to my relative where they can call me here locally,
Yep.
and we don't have to charge anything.
For
But you didn't-
$20 a year.
But
right?
you didn't give that
$20
to
a year.
your...
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm paying $65 for 5 years.
Yeah, there
Wow, that's freaking cheap. Okay,
you go.
but
It gives
you
them a local Vancouver number, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you
Awesome.
didn't give that to your mother, right? Because she'd be calling all the time. How's you going? Have you done your laundry? Have you changed your underwear? What happens if you're in an accident?
So as long as they've
Yeah.
got their Magic Jack plugged into their computer, you can dial a local Vancouver number
Yeah.
and it'll ring on their phone.
That's true.
That's
And
so
they
cool.
can call from anywhere in the world back to Vancouver for free.
Yeah, even now I'm here in. If I go to US and I have my regular phone here, they'll make me the roaming. But with my Magic Jack, I don't have to use any roaming. I can call anybody, and anybody can call
Yeah,
me.
so cool.
Yeah, so
Also,
Cool.
What's your name? Because I may or may not have fibbed a bit.
You said Byron.
Yeah, I fibbed.
You said that he got a tan. You said that he grew
That's
a
a
foot.
hell of a tan. He fell asleep in a tanning booth.
Sometimes you
Those
guys-
were
I-
all lies?
I just say things for attention. I don't know why I do it.
No.
Three
we
lies?
didn't recognize that.
Well, put it this way: he fell asleep in a tanning booth with a peach shirt on, and now it's burgundy.
And at the
That's-
same,
Legit,
he
though.
went to the tanning booth / traction clinic.
Actually, I probably am not allowed to tell the story. Byron used to tan regularly, and then he actually got one of those orange tans, like on TV.
Oh
by
my God, I
accident-
hear that. I
by
heard that goes
accident,
dark
and he,
after a
he
while.
stopped tanning, but it did. It went really dark.
Oh.
But he was bright orange for like a week.
Whoa, bonus! All right, he must be in a hit in the club.
We did role play. I was like, I'm the banana, you're the orange. It worked.
Oh, boy, I'm not even.
How do you like
Oh,
them
you know.
apples?
TMI.
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana. All right, we're done.
TMI.
All right, moving on to
Please, quickly,
the latecomer, the Nosy Paul.
Hey,
At Nosy
our
Paul.
favorite Brit. Hey, what's going on? Hey,
Hey, good question. What is going on? Like, I didn't get the question.
Okay, what social media platform did you use to get laid?
Alcohol.
Oh, excellent. Well done. Alcohol.com.
Yeah, always. Like, that's the only thing that's ever really worked for me. So, you know,
right.
I've tried other things.
At least he's
so
honest. At
I've,
least
I've
he's
tried conversation, doesn't work. I've tried charm, forget
I
it.
know, I know that.
So alcohol,
Well, you are
copious
British.
amounts, and the odd, yeah, lots of it. Lots of alcohol quickly, and flaming sambucas. They always go down a treat. And
So did you ever, the next day, did you ever use social media to like follow up or didn't bother?
have you not seen how old I am?
There was no social media back then.
There wasn't. No, like, you know,
Oh,
we
we're
used to
talking
use
about when
smoke
you used to have
signals.
sex.
It's, yeah, when I used to have sex.
Oh.
So you didn't like go on the ham radio and you're drunk at 2 a.m. cruising for chicks?
Well, the thing about the ham radio is it requires a penis that's a lot bigger than mine to be of any effect. So, like, it's you know, you're better off going to the pub because that way you can actually physically connect with the women that you're trying to hit with. You know.
Well, if you piss and connect, I mean, you know, you're halfway there.
Is that why you're here?
Oh, come on.
Marcel,
He's hitting
you
on
know,
you. Marcel's hitting
thank
on you. I can
thank you,
tell.
No, it's,
Look at those eyebrows. They're going up and down, up and down. Oh,
that's
okay.
all it is.
Let's move on.
But please move on.
I'm
Andrew,
bored.
when was the first time you had sex online?
Online?
The question is changing. Each person is changing. All right, come on. Have you ever used online for connecting with somebody?
Yeah, I've there was a Spanish site to learn Spanish.
Oh, I bet
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
So what words did you
That
learn?
was your wife, wasn't
I
it?
learned.
Oh, that's a long
Will you
time
have
ago.
sex with me?
Not a long time
Ole.
ago. Yeah, no, that nothing really happened.
Really? So,
Yeah.
too bad. So that's why you're married with a kid now.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So your failure with Spanish is the reason you were able to actually connect with somebody from France.
That's right. And I agree with Paul. I think proximity and actual meeting people in person is the way to go.
Well, that's what it meant. Oh, that comes from James.
Well,
I think we use
meeting
social
people
media
in Peru and different places all over the world just doesn't. It's fun, but it's not real. It's not a real relationship.
Unless you're
But
willing
it's just
to
for
fly
lead.
You're
down.
lying.
It's for lead
There's
generation.
so much.
Yeah, lead generation when you're selling a digital product is fine.
Well, when you're selling yourself too.
when you're selling your,
Well, what about those dildos that you can connect and like you can sell text messages and it buzzes? Remember that? It came out a couple years ago.
I kind of
That's old
hope you're on
technology.
your own when you're talking with any sort of expertise about this. It's
Yeah, that was a big thing. That was a couple of years ago. Is that all these women said the guy's texting her at the office and she would attach it to
No,
herself.
that's a
Buzz,
different
buzz,
thing.
buzz.
I think that was a Seinfeld episode.
No, it's an actual product, and what it was, I think it was like, I can't remember what it was called, but
Buzz me, baby.
no, it was some sexy underwear you could buy, and then you had the ability to
Buzz the underwear.
Buzz the underwear. yeah.
Absolutely, right? And she was like, I hope he texts me soon.
I
That
think
was the whole ad campaign. right?
Okay.
I think
All
I've told
right.
this joke
Well,
before,
wait.
but-
That reminds me of those like the little tiny personal
Okay, I'm gonna
massagers
need a
that
whole
they had
vat
that
of beer
really.
for this
Wait.
digression.
So
This is
it was this
taking
terrible
social media
commercial.
somewhere maybe we don't.
No,
wanna
but it
go.
was a terrible commercial about marketing, and it had the old like these two girls talking about how much they love their little tiny personal massagers, and then the old lady turns around listening to him and goes,
Me too.
"I love mine too," and it's like,
Except I
is
get
that
a
really
big
good?
one.
Yeah, exactly. And then they took that commercial off air.
I think I've told this joke before, but my boyfriend was like, "Hey, when you call me a duck quacks or it's Darth Vader's theme or something stupid like that, how come you don't have a cool ringtone for me?" And I'm like, "You got the best ringtone. Vibrate, bitch."
Oh! Put
All
that
right.
in your pants and smoke it.
Anyways, do we do the round table?
We are officially
We're finished. Can we talk about Twitter?
Hang on. No. Hang on. Matt's back. Matt?
Oh yeah, we got Matt stuff to do.
Hey, Matt, what's up?
When was the time you used social media for sex?
I think Matt's run around. He's run away.
Where's Ken?
I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, what about
Ken left.
All right, Ken, you're up.
Oh, you're talking to Matt. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, please, for God's sake, talk to Matt. No, I think Matt's run away. He's having another podcast with somebody else.
No, he's there.
Oh,
Oh,
Matt,
hey,
you're still
Matt.
there. Hey, Matt, what's up?
He just won't answer.
Hello.
Hey.
No, he's there. I
The
can
only
hear.
time I ever got laid using social media was MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. As in
And it
Was
wasn't
it
really
Tom?
technically, it wasn't my MySpace. It was the band's MySpace page. And the girl just
nice.
Oh
saw
yeah,
a
you're
picture of the
you're,
band.
Oh, it was
you're
a
in
groupie,
band.
yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's
He's got another
Yeah, he
thing.
doesn't need
so
social
cool.
media. He's in a band.
it's the secret. Get a
that's-
MySpace account.
that's
That
not
is
fair at
how
all.
they should be advertising. Get
No,
a
get
MySpace
a
account and
band.
get laid. It'd be
Get a-
awesome.
That's why Justin Timberlake bought MySpace. But legit, was the chick like, "Hey, Matt, I like the second half of your last name"?
Winterfell?
Winterfell, yeah.
Yes, that's the joke I'm using.
See, she was into Germans.
Yeah, that's the. I never met any girls really using MySpace or any social media. I'm
It's a
in the bar.
fallacy.
I'm kind of like Paul over there.
So you're a bar guy. You go there, hi there, I'm a podcaster.
You totally don't
Let's
use
have
flaming
sex.
Zambuca shots though, right? Because that'll just give them heartburn.
depends where they put them.
So what do you use for your squeeze page?
Oh,
That's a good
nicely
pickup
done.
line. That's a great pickup line.
Hi there.
Squeeze page?
You got a squeeze page, baby?
Yeah, really.
Right?
You got to have a good squeeze page.
That's sick.
That's
Okay.
a good one.
Yep.
Okay, Ken, you're up.
Oh yes, yeah,
On the
yeah.
cross. There you go. About to get
the last thing I used was probably 2 cans and a string.
What? Are you into bondage?
Long time ago. Social media wasn't around when I was doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I bet you.
Well, the internet wasn't around when I was doing all that stuff.
So,
yeah,
well,
no,
hang on.
it's,
When did you stop having sex? At 23?
oh no, that didn't end. But it's the new
The
thing.
gallivanting.
Yeah, the gallivanting and all. No, I didn't do that there.
Yeah, it's much easier
By
to
that
rent.
by that time I was in television, so
Oh, well, then there's a
you know,
groupie.
it was always
Groupieville.
there. So
So as a sound man in television, do a lot of people, a lot of women throw themselves at you?
totally.
Yeah. It's
What
like,
about when
"Man,
you're
your
on Urban-
decibels turn me on.
What about when you were on Urban Chef? Would you get a lot of ladies that would want to be in the studio audience? You'd be like, "I'll get you in." Because I would have totally been down to be on that show.
How do you how do you convince a woman when you're doing sound on a TV show? How do you convince them that you're actually doing sound on a TV show? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's a line I could use.
Just whip out a big
I
mic.
think the boom mic probably.
Big mic. Okay.
And then, if I was doing sound on the TV show, I'd hold the boom mic and I'd be like, hey, yeah, it's like that.
I always
I'm pointing
had
up,
the
by the
boom
way.
mic
That's the
in my
joke.
pocket, my front pocket. So it, that helped.
Okay, Roberto, it sounds like you want to have a comment in there. You just you're having like. No.
Is that a boom mic in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is that a podcast in your pocket, or are you just about to
Is that a
broadcast?
Heil PR40?
Yo.
Wow, and weren't they disappointed when it was just a mic?
Is that a snowball mic?
Yeah, snowball mic. It's all about the width, not the size.
Yeah, it's the fall off that really counts.
Yeah.
Really, there's
Room
a
enough for two on a
that's legit.
snowball.
If you look it up, fall off is very important with a mic.
Yeah, and if you have a snowball, you can have two on it instead of just
Hey,
one.
and remember, you gotta have the spit filter. You gotta have the spit filter. You put that little foam spit filter on that top.
I don't know where that. This show has just totally gone to hell.
Yeah, but seriously, we're not used
Social
to it.
media
We've always done this. How come this time you're surprised?
Well,
I don't know. It's like
no, we've never actually done
jealous.
this.
No, this is a first.
We've never actually done
Sex
this.
sells. We're trying to increase our viewership.
It's the only time Margaret's cutting jokes
Circulation.
really haven't registered.
I know. It's like
All right.
everybody's been way worse. I can't. Come up
We're
with
almost
anything.
finished the show and we
Be a
haven't
cunning linguist.
started yet. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? Let's. Have you been following the 6 strikes and you're out rule in the States?
Yep.
I guess there's a couple Americans here. What do you
It
guys?
has nothing to do with dating.
What is it?
What's the
the
sixth?
hacking.
Okay, it's about getting busted for downloading. Now, people in the States, this is a shocker. This is bad news because basically, if you get tagged or tapped by a lawyer saying, "Hey,"
by a carrier.
Oh, a carrier. We've noticed that you have like 7 times you've tried to do it. You're already out. It's not like the time you get sued. It's how many counts they nail you for. So if they go to you and say, "Hey, by the way, 36 counts."
Well,
then
it
you're
takes
liable.
6.
I know, but if they come after you for 36, you're already fucked. So it's like, oh, we're coming after you for 1 because you downloaded like such and such a show. But my question to Andrew is like, well, does it affect the people in Canada? He said no. So very interesting. So if you're American and you're not getting good enough TV, maybe it's the time you came to Canada. And
you know what?
No, I think it is
No,
going
it's
to
not.
affect Canada as well. It's there was a thing about that. There's someone suing a load of Canadians.
No. I mean, in Canada, it's illegal to download copyrighted information, just like in the States. But in the States, there is this 6 strikes thing where
Precedent.
all the cable providers, television providers, are
bastards,
and internet providers are
ganging up,
coming together and enforcing it outside of government regulation. So, if you get accused 6 times, they'll cut you off. And you can't go from, say, Comcast to Time Warner because you've been registered as failing on the 6
Like a
strikes, and you
pedophile,
no longer can get internet.
Yep.
Okay, that's garbage. Like, honestly, if they don't want people to illegally download, they need to change the way we get the content, period. They recently said, like Game of Thrones is the most downloaded show there is. They approached the showrunners. They talked to them about that. The showrunners were like, shows thrive on buzz. We don't care. Fact. Seriously, if they want this to not happen, change the way content is delivered, change the way we can get it, because the old rules don't apply anymore. Stop punishing us for wanting to watch the content.
There's a whole other set of rules going on there as far as a show like Game of Thrones goes, though, and that is the fact that the network is the one that's going to control that issue or not. They're the ones that are going to have to make that decision. Which
HBO is going to go.
Yeah, but the networks need to get with the times.
Platform. There's no way that they can't do it without doing it across their entire platform. That's a lot of restructuring to ask a company to do in the face of.
Legit. Trey Parker and Matt Stone of South Park, they put on all the websites online in 2003, back in the dinosaur ages when it was weird for a show to do that. And they said, do you worry about losing money by putting all the things online for free? And they said, absolutely not. The people that want to buy it will still buy it. The people that want to watch it on TV will still do it. And it's proven they are still successful on Comedy Central. They still survive every format jump they do. They went from VHS to DVD to Blu-ray. And everyone's watching it online for free. It doesn't matter.
But do they have the
need
right
do
to actually
that.
offer it? because you know
well,
they're-
they own the
they're-
rights to their own content.
Well, no,
everyone,
are you
everyone
sure
should do
about that?
Because the old,
Yeah, they
yes,
do.
I am sure
They
about that.
do own
They
the
do.
The old rules don't apply anymore, and I am sure about that. I know
Yeah.
this. I've looked.
Yeah,
They
but
do
I mean,
own
the
their own
television
stuff, yeah.
industry. The television industry is taking advice from the music industry, and
Yeah,
they're
well, there
just
you
they're
go,
just
right there.
running scared, and they have no idea what to do, and so they get advice from lawyers, and lawyers start telling them all this crap, like they tried to tell Applebee's to go through with their PR nightmare, and lawyers have no idea about what's supposed to go on with this stuff.
Of course, it's a
because they
different world.
don't advise in a human way; they advise in a legal way.
But the bottom line is that we're talking that the law needs to change, but the law is still the law right now. It is illegal to download this stuff.
Yep.
And software too. And games, right?
Well,
So
the
my-
trouble is that the
so-
lawyers are the guys who write the intellectual property law. These are the guys who it's
Yeah,
their
but they're
bread
not
and
staying
butter.
up to date with. They're not staying up to date with what's happening on the internet. And
Oh,
and
they
the-
are.
the-
You know,
the
if you ever go to an
copyrighted
ICANN,
rule, they have no idea. They're stymied.
no, if you ever go to an ICANN meeting, the people running ICANN are all either registrars, sorry, or they're intellectual property lawyers. I mean, the whole thing.
Yeah, but they're not the ones advising these industries.
The guys running the internet are basically lawyers. If you
Yeah,
ever
the
go
guys
to an,
running the internet, but not the guys that deal with the networks and the music industry. Those guys are idiots.
Well, okay, but also remember, we're a Canadian podcast, and in Canada, if you have Netflix, 80% of the content isn't available in Canada. So they're promoting across our border, saying, hey, you should check out the show, which should be illegal because basically what you're doing is saying, check out the show. Oh, but it's not available. So we download it. So basically, it's like enticing drug addicts to have more of that particular
entrapment.
hit. It's entrapment. Thank you very
first
much.
one's free.
Here's what's most interesting to me about the 6 strikes rule. It seems somewhat retroactive. It's like, oh, we caught you 6 times at once. Did you shut my mic up? Okay, it's back on. Here's the most interesting thing about the 6 strikes rule. Basically, it's like, oh, we caught you 6 different times. You're already cut off. It's not, you don't get a warning. You don't get anything. It's, we caught you 6 times. We caught you 7 times. Caught you 30 times. By the way, you don't get internet anymore. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. It's
And so easy
it's
to cheat it
draconian.
anyways.
Yeah,
It's
I was just going to say, can't you
ridiculous.
game it?
Yeah, well, you can just use a virtual private
Just get
network.
your, just
Yeah, but I mean,
So
they
easy to
can.
beat.
They can accuse you whether you've done it or not.
Yeah, and
And don't tell
actually,
me
in this
that's not
case,
gonna happen.
you're guilty until proven innocent. In this case,
The old ways need to change to adapt to the ways that people want content these days.
And if they
Period.
think they can control what we do on the internet, they really need to pull their head out of
Like
their ass.
slapping people
Yeah.
down is only going to lose you people that will throw money at you.
Yep.
Period.
exactly.
Because like I throw a shit ton of money at movies and TV. So if they were to ever be like, oh, you're done from the internet, be like, really? Like I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on your material. It's garbage.
That's
Period.
$4,000, by the way.
Yeah.
Canadian. So
Spend about that.
not
so
that
hey,
much.
what happened to Movie Yearbook? The website is gone.
It's coming back big time.
Oh no, Movie Yearbook's not coming back. It went away because it was an abandoned thing from a year and a half ago, back when I barely knew when the internet
But
worked.
you didn't leave
So-
the content up
Well,
there.
why should I? The content's garbage. I didn't know how to write
not
at that
garbage.
point. I didn't know anything.
SEO. Leave
It's
it
not
up.
garbage at all. You should have left it up.
Yeah, you should have left it up, even a
I
shitty
read
web
it.
page.
I
read it. I
Well,
liked it.
No, I mean, I got to start thinking about my brand and the version of me that is the
Marcel
best
is
version I want to
evolving.
put.
No,
I
I
wanna put
disagree.
forward. And I
It's
think
still
the
SEO.
movie
I'm with
yearbook,
Andrew.
The more
the
places
movie
you
yearbook
are
was
on
amateur
the net,
hour.
the more your name gets out.
I know, but
Whether
I don't
whether
want
it's
half of the
with
stuff I'm
content or
involved
not.
with. to
Yeah,
be
but then you can
amateur
actually show people how you've evolved.
Yep.
It's
Yeah, I guess.
there's a date on it.
Well,
I don't know. I think you should have left it.
It's like a portfolio. Really, what if you have a
to
digital
be
portfolio?
honest-
It's different than a.
To be
paper
honest, I
portfolio.
didn't keep track of it. It slipped out of my hands. I didn't realize I was about to expire. I didn't back up the material.
That's
it's my
what
own
she
fault.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Okay.
know what? You did. No, you have the material because you wrote this stuff. It's not like you deleted the Word documents.
No, I wrote it straight to the website.
Really?
Didn't back it up. It's my own fault. I told you I didn't know how the internet works when I started this.
Well, you got to have WP backup or a plugin like that.
Well, surely
I-
Google's
I
got it
know,
on their
but
files.
You got to realize, like
Google
this
Archives.
time last year,
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I've learned so much over the past year.
That's true.
Okay, well, you live and learn.
What do you-
Next
And
time,
that's
don't
basically
delete your
since
website.
What
You
do you
started coming to the Bunker Project, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, but you know what?
We're so
I
fucking
didn't- I
smart.
didn't make any mistakes
But
at
you know
all
what?
when I first started.
But
yeah, right.
But Ken, can't you go to Google and get the Google archives? You could probably find that stuff.
Maybe a cached copy.
Yeah, cache copy and copy and paste, and there you
yeah,
go.
if you go Google or
Even if it's not copy.
archive.google.com.
Do you use the
I
same
think.
hosting company that you do for Crazy TV Talk?
No, different.
Ask Bob.
Okay.
No, he didn't. He used his own.
Askbob.com.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Bob.
huge.
I thought it was
That's
Ask Jeeves.
fucking huge,
Well, you
man.
could ask
$2.50
Bob, but you'd have
a
to go to
minute.
Clarity for that.
Yeah.
I
and
think
it's going
Sorry,
to
that's
cost
a
you.
reference to last
I've
show.
said this before. I think Ask Bob would be a good podcast because sometimes you can ask him a question and he'll go off in like 18 different directions. That'd be a good podcast. It would.
Yeah, but what good is
Be the
that? You
bunker
never
show.
get it answered.
Hey,
Anyway,
at
so
least I'm making
actually,
$2 an hour.
it sounds like
Especially after four blacks.
nobody's in favor of the 6th strike thing.
No. The
No.
internet is life, and Sweden says it's one of the
The internet,
hierarchy
never,
of
leave it
needs,
alone. It's
so,
not yours.
yeah.
It's ours.
That's
Yeah,
right.
actually on iCam or Cam Digital, is it?
I was saying
Dot
Cam
com?
Digital, yeah.
It says at the bottom of the page, it says
fuck
you
with me.
don't have the right to screw with the internet just because it doesn't match
Fit your
business
it-
model.
You don't have the right to. I changed it today too.
Oh yeah, bastard.
Yeah, of course I did. You don't have the right to change or to change the internet because it doesn't fit your business model.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
That's right.
Exactly. They need to adapt their business model to the changing times.
Exactly.
To the internet.
The
And
television
sooner they
industry
do it,
and the film
Doesn't
industry
work
is
the
having a
other way.
really
That's
tough
right.
time doing it, but it has to happen.
But look at Apple's made millions, hundreds of millions, billions because they adapted the soonest. It's nuts.
Yeah, but they don't want their phones being jailbroken and
No.
Has
Doesn't the music industry still make money?
They're
Yeah,
making
lots
more
of
money
it.
now than they've ever
So what the
made.
fuck have they been whining about? Maybe the
Because
TV
Because
industry
they
paid
There was
adapted.
a,
They want
there was a
more.
TED Talks.
there was a
They
while.
adapted.
It took them a
Talks
while
about,
to adapt.
about the music industry that was very illustrative, and it showed that the music industry is just full of crap.
Well, have you listened to the
they've
songs that have been
they've
out
been
recently?
lying the whole way along. They actually, because with a CD, they put copy protection on it, and it's on the outer rim of every CD. And so if you put it in your computer to download the music into your computer, it would have this copy protection on the outside rim. Well, if you took a felt pen and just blacked out the outside rim, it would block all of that code from the reader. So the music industry was trying to put an extra tax on felt pens. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Get
crazy.
a brain.
Well, yeah, because that's the only thing they're used for.
Okay,
Of course.
what
yeah.
was that big internet thing that was gonna like shut everything down and shit?
Pipa
That didn't quite.
and
Sopa!
I
Pipa.
feel like the 6 strikes thing is just another one of those. And to be honest, I'm ignorant. I had never heard of it till tonight. Is it already put through? Or is
Yeah,
it
it
something
started
that's-
this month. It's
That's
not
crap.
it's not
That's garbage.
this is-
America.
yeah, but this is not the
yeah.
government. This is not legislation. This is the industry
Yep.
colluding to come up with something. And Obama's response was that he likes it. He doesn't want the government to get involved. He wants an industry
You know what?
response.
The fact that it's retroactive and they can say we caught you 8 times, you're done. That's bullshit. They should give you a warning. It should be 6 fucking
Well,
warnings.
I
They
think
do give
they
you
do-
warnings.
do
Trust
get-
me.
You do get a warning. You get a warning.
Trust me,
and you-
I was down in the States and maybe I was doing things I shouldn't have, and I got a warning one day.
Okay, that's fair then. If they're going to warn you, that's fair.
But do you want to
But
know what I was doing? I was streaming music.
You're a bad person.
Wow.
But when did you get the
Well,
warning? Because this
Wow,
just happened
James,
this
what a
month.
criminal.
Here's the thing.
I got the warning because all of a sudden it was like, you're using pirated material in the United States.
Ah, right.
But it was
So-
a thing. It was like, oh, but you should tell us your name, where you're staying, and what you're doing.
Right, of course.
So it was like, I'm the stupidest person in the world. I'm gonna call you up and be like, yeah, it was me.
Here's why the music industry and the TV industry and the movie industry needs to catch up. If somebody's pirating material, it's because they enjoy the content. They want to support the content, period. So find easier ways
I
for
was
people to
using
get the
American
content
Netflix.
whenever and wherever they want it, and then you won't have a problem, period.
Okay, but if they're getting it for free,
They're not gonna pirate stuff.
if they're getting it for
that
free, how do
don't
they make money?
It didn't hurt South Park. I don't think it could hurt anybody else. You have to give multiple venues for the content.
The thing about
collectors
Well, I
will
think
still buy the
it's
Blu-rays.
like what Bonnie was saying in terms of social media and putting and blogging and putting your content out there. Put all your content out there for free, and people will pay for it anyways, right?
But
it's the same idea.
Have you noticed they're only putting out the content that's going to be downloaded by kids who wouldn't pay for it anyway? The sort of stuff
that's probably true.
Yeah, what they're doing is that basically they're getting us hooked on the idea of downloading content, so that now. That they've got the ability to charge us for everything that we download. Now that we're hooked, they're going to start charging us, and that's the
I don't download movies via BitTorrent anymore.
I used to
when I was in
back,
college. I did when I was broke
years ago.
But now I just subscribe to Netflix.
Yeah, have you? Has
and I
anyone
block
seen
my
the
IP and get the American one.
Has anyone seen the film the Pirate Bay TBK Away from Keyboard AFK? TBK.
That was
AFK.
way too many acronyms.
TBK.
Went right over my head.
The Pirate Bay
it's their movie.
TPB Away from Keyboard AFK.
Yeah,
and it's a free documentary that you can watch on YouTube. The full thing
that they created.
All about the guys who ran the Pirate Bay, and basically those guys have been beaten into the ground. The one guy who hasn't been beaten into the ground is now talking to the copyright lawyers about how they make money from people. It's worth seeing that video because one of the interesting things is that they had to go to a lot of problems, to a lot of effort to get the Creative Commons legal right to distribute it.
Who's that guy in Australia that movies.com or whatever
Typical
it was?
Australia.
Kim.com.
Kim.com.
He killed himself.
New Zealand.
No, legit.
No, he didn't.
Legit.
Yeah,
he's still
I'm pretty
alive.
sure he's dead.
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive.
Legit though, make deals with everybody. Have your content on Netflix, have it on Hulu, have it on Amazon Prime.
You can't have
it on
your
IMDb,
content on
have
Netflix if you have it on Hulu. Separate companies.
You can't have your content and eat it.
I don't know.
You do have to make all. I agree with you though. You should put as many networks
And
as
legit,
possible.
physical media is on its way out. Why not mark it up? Like, if you're going to put something out on the fancy Blu-ray Blu-ray set,
People
make it
buy it
crazy
for the box,
expensive,
though,
because
Marcel.
people will buy it.
Yeah, people buy it for the show note, for the liner notes and the extra features.
now you got
that you're gonna get.
Kickstarters.
The
You can
kinds
buy
of
it for
people
the
that still buy
Kickstarters.
physical media at this point will buy it when it's crazy expensive. They don't care.
Yeah,
you have no idea. You have no idea how much I've paid for box.
If you're going to sell a CD, put something extra in it to make people buy it.
Well, no, the CD industry is
quit being so
dying and it's
lazy.
different.
Bonus
Quit being
content.
so lazy and come up with an idea of your own.
Yep, I agree.
Don't you remember a few years back, Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails did just that. He created a very nice set of notes and materials that you could get with an LP version of his record for a premium price, and then from there it's kind of slid down all the way to a free version of the digital download, and you could just kind of buy anything on that spectrum depending on what tier you want.
Yeah.
And people just jumped in to get whichever one they thought would be best for them. Anywhere from free all the way to spending, $50 or more in the most premium package.
One more quick rant, but
something
South Park.
similar, too.
Something
sorry.
extra.
South Park actually had,
I don't know if you guys have been checking out. There's a website called The Verge that had an article recently about Radiohead and Nine Inch Nails, and kind of how they are now stepping back from the whole freemium and pay what you want model, that they feel that they opened a Pandora's box that now they are kind of regretting having done so. It's a really interesting article. If you check out theverge.com, it was one of the headlining articles there this morning.
Well, rolling it back to South Park quick, they actually did an episode commenting all this, where they grab the kids and they take them to celebrities' houses, and they're like, "Look, this is Sean P. Diddy Combs. Because you downloaded his music, he can only afford one silver-rimmed swimming pool and not two. What are you doing?" And it's like, "This is Britney Spears. She only has one jet now. What are you doing?" And they're like, we didn't know. Like, that's the fact. No matter how free they make the content, if they put it all out there, they will still make money.
Yep.
They're just greedy, and they want to punish us for enjoying their content, and that's bullshit, because the truth is, people that really enjoy the content will throw money at it one way or
He's
another.
telling the truth.
It's good.
And
Very well put.
Throw
I'll
money
bring
at
up
a
the
ton of content.
I'll represent the games industry on this point here, and we find actually that the more people pirate games, actually those people end up buying them
Yep,
later, anyways,
exactly.
as a purchase for the actual games. And there's one game in particular, I think it was Hotline Miami recently, where people were trying to download it anyways. And so he actually went onto the forums and was like, hey, I'll tell you how to fix this so you can still play my game.
Nice.
Because you're a kid, you probably don't have the money. He didn't really care, but he still wants to get paid for his artwork.
Well, and also, there you
We're
go.
not saying pirating.
Paid for the artwork. It's not
We're
paid
not
for the
saying
fucking
go.
lawyers or the manager. It's paying the artist for producing the work and producing the content, and that is where it gets all skewed out. Basically, the music industry is a bunch of managers and lawyers that are riding on the back of the actual entertainer that's creating the great content, and the entertainer's like, hey, look, just give me 50 cents or 5 cents per download because I'm getting less from the goddamn lawyers. That's the whole thing that's sick about this whole...
The music industry went through this so many times. Like when for the radio, they didn't want their content going on the radio. Then when tapes came out, well, wait a minute, they can dub the tapes. And so they've gone through this before.
It affects the television industry too. Take a show like Supernatural, which if you buy the DVDs, you get certain kinds of tunes. But if you watch it on Netflix, you don't get those tunes.
Yep.
And it's simply because the artists haven't signed the streaming rights, and that may be because their managers or their artistic management has said, no, we can't get enough of a cut for me to make any money off of it, so they're not even negotiating with Netflix or whoever. But then Netflix has to absorb the expense of getting new music on, or the studio has to absorb new expense of getting the studio on. So they're seeing it as not just a fact that they're not able to effectively get their content out there to make money, but it's actually costing them more money to reproduce the material for a streaming form. Now, in terms of downloading, that's a totally different story, I'm sure. But the music industry is a big catalyst in affecting the way everything in terms of the way internet is done now. It's become a big glob of mess.
It just seems to me that the whole music industry has been crying poor for so many years, and they're acting like a bunch of little kids.
It's great.
Wait a minute, you're taking my sucker away. I stole it from somebody. I stole this sucker from somebody, and now you're taking it away from me. Well, you can't do that.
Well, Steve Jobs convinced the music industry to go on iTunes and sell each track for $1, right?
Okay, but Bonnie's got a point.
Well, I've got a question.
Okay.
I'm wondering if changing the business model doesn't make a whole lot more sense. So if you were to almost give away the music, but then they start making money from tours, from merchandise.
Collateral material.
Yeah, from... streaming a concert over the internet. And I don't even know very much about the music industry. There are people there that are quite creative who can think of all sorts of interesting things. Can they not make money that way?
They can. Mostly a band usually makes all their money off of a tour. They don't make a lot from a sale of a CD.
Traditionally, yeah.
Because the publisher pays for all the studio time, and then it goes in the rears to pay for that amount of money.
Yeah, they charge it back to the band.
They charge it back to the band, so the band makes all their money off the merchandise, usually tours and things like that.
And then
Madonna used it to put her CD up higher on Billboard by giving a CD away with every person that bought a ticket. Mm-hmm. So she was kind of leveraging it to get her airplay more instead of having to pay radio stations in spiffs.
Yeah,
those sort of things. These people are kind of smart. Some of them.
They're very
you can
smart.
Tell.
Very smart.
No, there's certain ones that are smart. They're not all smart.
They're smart, but they just don't get the
the ones that have embraced
more smart people.
Yeah, the ones that have embraced it, stuff like Vimeo and Vivo and Carly Rae Jepsen with like 604 and those guys, they understand that they're still going to get CPV, so they get cost per views and stuff like that, so they can sell that to advertisers, being like, hey, we have 45 million hits. I think it was Gangnam Style that said that they made over $1 billion. Yeah, it made over $1 billion in just advertising revenue off of that song.
So why are they okay? So
the model is changing, but it's still the same. TV is advertising, and advertising just needs to switch over once they realize that they can put commercials that are in those channels.
But they're spending all of that effort.
They don't like the fact you take out the commercials when you do a torrent, though.
Okay.
That's
and the
what
PR,
they really hate.
so the bad PR and all of the the hoopla that goes around something that isn't giving them much of a return anyway. Stop and use your brain and start doing more of where you're getting the biggest hit.
Return on investment.
Hey, Bonnie.
Yes.
So does this tie into what we were talking about with WTT, Women Talking Tech, with the fact that the YouTube's going to be coming out with
paid
some
service.
optional paid channel. So these artists
I already knew about that.
Could have well, everybody knows about it, but we're talking about
Not
it now.
everybody.
Yeah.
So we're
And you can talk to me about it on Clarify FM for $5 a minute.
Oh, you've gone down from $1.75 to $5.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways.
Okay.
But you can-
Anyway,
I want to hear what Margaret
Pay-per-view
Anyway,
channels.
so if so some people that have a fairly active channel have a lot of views. YouTube put out the saying, hey, why don't you make a proposal, and we're interested in having you as a pay subscription channel. So maybe that's another venue for artists. Where they can get paid, because if people really like their stuff, if they got good content, good videos, then people will be willing to pay maybe $1 a month or up $5 a month or whatever. Great option for a small cable channel that's looking to get some good exposure but can't get on regular TV.
But what is a realistic price? Because so many of us.
That's going to all work out in the end. But
But
I mean,
we
it's whatever's people are going to be willing to pay.
Yeah, but we subscribe to so many podcasts at the moment
it's
for free.
about $2 is the average for a premium channel on Shaw or Rogers right now.
Okay, but
So
how
you're
many,
looking at
how many,
$1.50.
So
how many
paying that
channels
anyway.
do you subscribe to at the moment?
How many channels do? Well, because
but this
part
is
of a cable package.
This is you subscribe to one because you want it, not because it's in a package bundled with a bunch of shit you don't
Are
want.
you talking a la carte TV?
Well,
it doesn't exist yet.
No, but on YouTube.
But YouTube,
it
it's
could be.
going to.
Yes.
And on
it will.
iTunes, it exists.
And on iTunes, it exists, and all those other things. You pay on average $5 an
but the thing is,
episode on
there's enough
Xbox.
There's enough people around
So-
that even if a small percentage want it, it's still gonna make it worthwhile for them.
It's
Marcel?
on-demand content.
Okay, Marcel.
I do believe content should be available for free for everyone, but I do believe that there should be extras that cost money, and there should be versions of the content that also cost money. It only makes sense. That's how you make your money. I think greed doesn't make sense. And that's why, the economy crashed. The world is shit right now. And what did we do? We bailed out all the people that caused it to happen. It's bullshit.
And those are the
what
guys
what we
running
should be
the
doing.
show.
Yeah, exactly. The world needs to adapt to the way people want content.
So you think basically social media has totally screwed up the world?
Basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm
The
saying. Exactly.
ability for the 1% to communicate.
He wasn't talking
Screwed it
about
up.
social
It hasn't
media.
screwed it up. It's just changed
But no,
things
I-
enough
like-
to make people understand
Change the
what the hell's
paradigm.
going on.
Social media
there
didn't
are
change
ways-
it. I mean, the whole internet has changed, and it's just evolving. And so there's industries that are falling a bit behind and haven't caught up yet, and they need to, basically, put on the big girl panties and get over
Yeah,
it
there are-
They
and
need
deal
to
with a new
realize
world.
you can't control everybody,
There are-
and you're going to make your money one way or another. And they try to control people so they can make more and more and more
Yeah,
and more money.
I agree with the
How much
greed
money
thing.
do they need?
I agree with the greed thing. And,
Well, you do have a large cost for productions and stuff like that sometimes. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
no
you have
matter
to,
what,
you have
that
the
cost-
business
But that
model.
might end up
covered.
turning into a Kickstarter where it's like, hey, for season 3, we want a budget of $1.2 million. Somebody pony it.
Yeah, and boom, they've got 2.
And they already have it in 2 days.
Well, look
No,
at Netflix.
crowdfulfunding
Netflix has
is
done it.
amazing.
Crowdfunding
so
has
many
been a huge
insane,
deal with
awesome
that.
things have happened. There's a Tesla museum being built because they raised $1 bajillion via
Yeah.
crowdfunding.
A bajillion,
The world,
holy shit.
pretty much, the world is
Yeah, it was
changing,
crazy.
and
But there's also
But the laws aren't changing though. That's the problem.
that's the problem.
What,
this
it's because it's
this Six
changing
Strikes thing
too
makes no sense to
fast.
me.
You got to realize that what's happening now is the amount of content's produced in 24 hours is mind-boggling, and the amount of new shows and content that's going out there is crazy. But the lawyers and the guys that are doing the old school business thing are saying, well, but based on our thing from 30 years ago, it doesn't work, and that's not fair, and you can't do that. And they're
Yeah.
doing this catch-up game, and they don't want to realize that no, you're playing in a completely different sandbox, and the world has moved on.
We actually have a
Joseph is
brain
going, don't
control.
tell me what I can't do, because watch me do it.
No, I honestly believe if you're making good product, you'll be able to make enough money one way or another to make that good product and to make a profit. Where the issue is that they want to make the biggest profit in the world. And
it's just total greed base,
it's
yeah.
bullshit. Crowdfunding has proved that if you're making good product, people will throw money at you. Enough people will throw money at you.
Shut up and take my money.
But I agree, but the system has to change and the laws have to be.
It's just muddying the water.
All I gotta say is America.
Yeah. Well, look at the patent troll. That's there's a patent troll that's trying to charge people for Wi-Fi. They're going after mom and pop shops who own a coffee shop and are giving out free Wi-Fi and saying they own the patent.
I think we should sue lawyers that sue.
Then there's
hang on, James. Aren't you the guy who likes lawyers?
I know.
I know.
Yeah,
Okay,
you were 2 weeks ago.
I like kind of some lawyers. Depends on what side you're on.
Let's.
Then there's the patent troll that's
yeah. I don't like
claiming
patent
that
troll
they
lawyers.
own
They're stupid.
that they own podcasting.
Yes.
And they're going after all the
As
podcasters.
we try to wrap up the show because
I thought they were supposed to talk about something.
No, it's we're way up.
Oh,
so,
come on.
Anybody from our hangout want one last chance to jump in there?
I'm supposed to do my project.
And
Just a quick word.
All right.
YouTube's uploading 72 hours of video per minute.
Yep.
Exactly, and it's escalating from there.
And I'm watching all of it.
All right. So from everybody,
I watch 4 YouTube shows a day.
So everybody that's been putting up with this
I
crazy
do.
fucking show because it's number 2 show.
Tobuscus is
obviously.
hilarious. Shout out to Toby.
Yeah, big shout out to Toby.
Tobuscus.
Hey, we wanted to say thank you for putting up with all our craziness, and we will be back next week with the Straight Show, and then yet again
And
another
tweet at us.
A
show
straight
2.
show.
And tweet at us your favorite place to have picked up people, or call in and use and tell
Oh
us.
yeah,
yourself.
call in.
Yeah, 1-877-636.
I think that's gotta be Roxy.
1474. That's
Okay, on topic.
1-877-636-1474.
Okay, and
Okay.
Marcel has one last.
Bob coined the phrase "age of content" a few weeks back. That's where we're in. That's what's happening right now. That's why
Oh,
we're
thank
debating
you very
about this
much.
shit. It's the age of content.
take
Content
that.
rules everything now. Period.
Do
It
you
is.
think you could you with hindsight get this episode sponsored by the Roxy?
Okay, you're on. We'll see what we can do.
You're a salesman. Go and talk to them.
Thank you,
Good
everybody, for
chicken
coming to the
breast.
hangout. Thank you, everybody, for turning up to the bunker, and we will see you next week at the Crazy Bunker Project.
That was horrible. That was really, really
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
It was so.
It was good.
That was good. I totally enjoyed it.
That is typical fucking us. That's one of the best 2s. That's one of the best 2s. Well, I did it for you, Marcel, because Marcel's been needing it. He's been needing it. I need to be on the cutting edge. Just kidding.